guys, welcome back to Phantasy Star 4. This is Kai10's29. In our last episode, Chaz and Alys undertook Chaz's first mission in the town of Piata. And when we got here, we met shady as all hell professor. We killed some monsters in a basement, and Alys got better at extortion. Like I mentioned at the end of the last video, I'll do a quick tour of Piata here. It's going to be brief. There's nothing really to do here. Here we are at the inn. Just like any other game, you can rest up for a small fee, restore all your TP and skill usage, but we don't need to. We'll be fine. And down here is a tool shop with the most interesting theme I've heard for shopping. It's bouncy. Is that the word I'm looking for? Anyway, all they sell are monomates. We'll be fine. Yeah, I heard that tune is actually used either in Phantasy Star 1 or it's remixed in Phantasy Star Universe, I think it was. One of those games. It's in another one. I'm not too sure of it myself exactly, but that's just what I've heard. And it's kind of unusual, Chaz. Hey, what's up? Nope, talk to me. Hey! Yeah, you're welcome. See what you have to say. Sure, why not, can't we? No. Oh, you're no fun, Chaz. Mile, village northeast of here. Hey, that's on the way to Birth Valley. Yeah, it's part of growing up. I know, it sucks. Gotta get a job. So anyways, let's head northeast. Here we are on the world map. Random battles, well, obviously. And like I mentioned in the last video as well, all the monsters are animated. I don't know how well it shows up using my emulator here, but this monster fly is actually flapping its wings, which is pretty cool. Anyways, new enemies here, monster flies and crawlers. Again, you're just right outside of the first town, so you're not going to see anything too dangerous. All I do are regular attacks. Let's show off water with Hahn. Single target, ice damage. And Chaz whiffed it. That's great, Chaz. Come on. Alright, easy enough. I'm not going to cut the random battles out if they only take 1 or 2 turns. It's not going to be worth my time. They're quick and easy to get through. And this must be Mile. Yep. Hey, how's it going? Sandworms. Oh, don't you just hate them? Yeah, I do too. Sandworm Ranch. Yeah, that's really great, man. Good luck with that. Oh, there you can see one of them. It's kind of cute how he just pokes his head out of the sand. And I'm not even going to say what that looks like. Don't need to go to the inn. See what you have to say. I did see some quicksand, yeah. You're screwed. Just pack everything up and move. Screw it. Item shop. Don't need anything there. Yeah, I'm sure it's your imagination. I wouldn't worry about castles just appearing out of thin air. And alright, here we have a weapon shop. Gonna take a few minutes here to go over a few things. First of all, let's go to buy. Let's see, definitely want to get a steel sword for Chaz. Slasher for Alys. And actually another slasher for Alys. And the reason for that is, another cool feature of this game, in my opinion, is that characters have more than one option when it comes to equipping gear. For example, Alys here, she has one slasher, and if you wanted to, you could give her a shield in your other hand to increase her defense. Or you could give her another slasher, so so now she dual wields boomerangs for even more damage. It's very nice. For the most part, that's the setup you want to go with. For Alys, it's just pure damage output, or pure DPS. If you don't know what MMO terms are, I'm sorry, I played them for many years and they're just a part of my vocabulary. I'll try not to use them, but they are going to slip out from time to time, so I apologize in advance. Chaz here, he has a few options. As you can see, he has 2 hunting knives for dual wielding, which is why in combat you would see him attack twice and Hahn would only attack once because he only has 1 dagger. Chaz could also go with 1 weapon and 1 shield, or he could use a 2-handed sword, which as you can see here, it gives him more attack and a little bit more defense. Which is a little odd, but every sword in the game increases his defense by a little bit, so it kind of evens out. It's nothing game-breaking, but it's there. And for the remainder of the game, I like to use him as a 2-handed sword user. It's just the best setup for him. And Hahn will just give him a hand-me-down hunting knife. Keep him with the shield, because being a mage, he sucks at taking hits. He gets wrecked. And armor store, all they have is leather stuff, which is what we already have, so nothing good there. Raimi, get down. Don't sit in front of my screen when I'm recording. Come on. You guys won't be able to see that, but one of my kitties, Raimi, decided to jump up and see what Daddy was doing, and just sit herself right in front of the screen. Cats. You love them and you hate them. If you're a cat owner, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. And if you're not a cat owner, what I've learned in my experience is that cats have 2 ways of thinking. First one being, if I fit, I sit. And that is so true. I've seen both of my cats, Raimi and Lenneth, just stuff themselves in the most ridiculous objects. You know, boxes, soda 12-pack boxes, vases. I mean, you name it. If they can squeeze in there, they will. It's actually quite adorable sometimes. And the other way cats think is, fuck you, I'm a cat. I mean, enough said. But anyways, yeah, we got new weapons. I briefly went over the setups. There is one more setup, which I'll go over later, and I think it's very nice. It's very unique too. I think some MMOs done it, or have done it in the past as a viable option, but I've never played them, so I've never experienced it myself. So this is the first time in a game I've seen that option be viable, and I'll go over that when it becomes pertinent. But for now, just know that there is one more possible setup for equipping your characters. Well, yeah, you live in a desert. What did you expect? Actually, that reminds me of another NPC in Valkyrie Profile 2, which I also plan on doing an LP of in the future. But anyways, in the desert city there, after you go through Vilnor and all that good stuff, the name escapes me, but the desert city there, isn't there an old woman or a little girl that's complaining about sweeping and how the wind just keeps blowing in more sand? You know, you look at these characters and you're like, you live in a desert. Really? What do you expect? Come on. Anyways, let's see what these new weapons did for our damage here. See, now she throws 2 of them. Nice touch. Yeah, 30 from Chaz. Nice upgrade. Hahn, you just suck. Yeah, Hahn's melee attack is negligible in the grand scheme of things. It's just, it'll keep him busy. He contributes a little bit for now, but 41 experience. As you can tell, the monsters out here do give considerable amounts of experience compared to the basement. So if you wanted to fight out here for a little bit, gain a few levels, get some money, it's a good idea. You could into the game. I would actually recommend it. I'm not going to, but you can if you want. Anyways, nothing else to do in Miles, so here we are at the next town, which is Zima. and whoa. Oh no. There must be a rabid cockatrice around here. I hate cockatrices. They're so cheap. Like in every game, it's just, oh look, you're stoned. I guess I can't talk because I'm a huge fan of instant death attacks. I mean, if I can abuse them, I do. So I guess that's kind of cheap in its own right, but still hate cockatrices. Fuck them. Oh, these guys are turned to stone too. Oh, hey. A man in black clothes. Sephiroth? No, it's not Sephiroth. Close, but not quite. Mommy and Daddy are just hanging around, getting stoned. You just stay down there, you'll be fine. No, actually, this is why no one heard back from anyone in Zima, because everyone was petrified. All the doors are locked, can't talk to anybody, can't buy anything, can't even use the inn. So let's go in here, to Birth Valley. Let's go this way first. And a carbon shield, awesome, we'll give that to Hahn. Help his defense a little bit. Monomate, awesome. Not that we need them right now, necessarily, but we'll hang on to it. Here's another new enemy, Flatter Plant. They have a little bit of evasion, so let's just go with Vortex, get it over with quickly. They also have an Acid Breath attack, which hits kind of hard. I think it does like 10 to 15 damage, so kind of watch out for that. Might need to heal up if you happen to get hit by that. And more of the same enemies from before. The encounter rate in this game is a little high, but that's just due to this game being made back in the 90s. It's something programmers did to facilitate more game time, is they put in a rather high encounter rate. Final Fantasy IV was notorious for that. This game's not as bad as that, but it's close, it's close. But for now, the battles are quick enough that it's nothing to worry about. I'm not going to edit out every single battle just yet. Oh, I almost forgot to mention. The stuff we bought back in Mile, I'll list in the video description there. So if you're following along, you kind of have a checklist or a shopping list to go by. And I'll do that for each of the towns that we buy things at. And here we get a carbon suit. I'm going to give that to Hahn too. That'll really help his defense quite a bit. See, 21 defense on Hahn, 14 on Chaz, 18 on Alys. Yeah, Hahn now has the highest defense of the group. Actually, let's toss Chaz a heal real quick. He's getting kind of low. And now that I'm in this menu, this is actually a good time to go over macros, since we have 3 characters. But we are getting a little close on time, so I'll save that for the next episode. Antidote found, and Chaz leveled. Chaz learned Sue, or Sue. I pronounce it Sue, but that's because my Mandarin is just terrible, if it's even correct at all. It's actually a typo for Thu, which is short for thunder. Oh hey, there's the professor. Characters in this game do learn elemental magic, obviously, and they spread it out somewhat evenly amongst all your party members. As you saw, Alys gets fire, Chaz has water. I'm sorry, Hahn has water, and Chaz gets thunder. So it divides it up somewhat equally, gives a little variety to your characters. Alshaline. Oh man, That's a bitch to pronounce. Why is that L there? Why can't it just be Ashline? Oh man, I'm gonna struggle with that, guys. Okay, so we need to go Malcolm, far south of here, to find some Alshline. Oh, Alys. Yeah, you're pretty accurate, Hahn. I like his face there. He looks so dreadful. He's like, oh god. Okay, so we discovered Birth Valley, and we also discovered what happened to the professor and his team. But where is Malcolm, and will they have any Alshline for us to come back and cure the professor and his team? And will Alys swindle more money out of Hahn? Find out in the next episode. Until then,